Welcome to the final episode of our Celebrity Eclipse Canada and New England vlog series. In this episode we have an immigration nightmare and are forced to do the walk of shame as we leave Canada and enter the US. We sample some more delicious local food in our final port of call, Portland, Maine. It's the final meet-up at the Gary Bembridge Tips for Travellers cocktail party, and we get to try our first ever Paris breast.
Right then, so today we're in Portland in Maine, and we arrived here at 9:30, and I was up while Paul was obviously snoring away watching this lovely sailing. Now, the frustrating part about today, being in Portland, what's the matter?
I'm just laughing because it just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
So we received this letter on important information about your mandatory immigration inspection at Portland Cruise Terminal. As you can see, our stateroom, we've got an estimated time of getting off at 1:45. So we docked at 9:30, so we've had to, it's now like 12:30, isn't it, Paulie? So we've spent the morning, we've got packed, and just it's frustrating because, you know, 1:45, yes, the ship leaves at 7 o'clock, so we have got time to explore, but because we're with Gary's group cruise, our meet-up and our last cocktail drinks are at 4:30. Yeah. So we heard about this and people have said, let us know how you get on with Portland immigration because it can be frustrating. It is.
It already is frustrating.
Because if you see, these guys are alright. 10 a.m, they're straight off. So I think if I came to Portland again, I would probably book an excursion to be one of the first off, because it's been all the excursion people that have got off first. But anyway.
So we're basically being penalised because we haven't booked an excursion and we've had to stay on the ship.
Yeah, you can't get off.
For the best part of 4 hours,
yeah,
twiddling our
it is. So that's been a bit frustrating. However, we're going to go and grab a bite to eat now, aren't we? And then hopefully we'll have a few hours where we can... I want more lobster, Paulie. I just love the lobster.
Come on then.
Oh, so today we got a taste of Germany. So, let's have a look around. So now we got roast beef. Germany Deluxe, so bratwurst, pretzel pasta sauerkraut, and mustard, and pork schnitzel, German meatballs, and jambalaya. Hello there! Thank you! They always have Indian curries here, beef masala, also Asian delights over here. So we've got red chicken curry, stir-fried pork schnitzel, beans and potatoes, baked potato, mashed potato and chicken. And for afterwards, if you look, they've got some desserts as well. Strudel. German chocolate cake jello. So, plenty to choose from. And gluten-free. Excitingly, after showing you around, I just spotted these corn chips, and they've got beef fajita filling with guacamole and tomatoes. Paul's been sociable as always, look, watching football while we're having lunch. Been enjoying your curry?
Yeah, that's nice.
So yes, so I do love a corn chip. Not a bad spot for lunch. On deck 14 with a view over Portland.
After being escorted off the ship by security for our immigration appointment, which we will discuss later in this video, we were ready to explore.
We're here in Portland. We're going to have a walk around and show you a little bit of what Portland's got on offer.
What a beautiful day
it is. A beautiful day again. And there's a Wind Starship there, which we've never been, have we, Paulie?
No.
So another cruise line to add to the list. So let's go for a wander. So right outside the port, you'll see the scenic train rides board here, which is a few of our group are doing today, aren't they? Oh, there it goes.
On cue.
Ooh. Oh, it's coming this way, Paulie.
Before the arrival of European settlers, the land had long been populated by Seago, Abenaki, and Wabanaki people. The first urban European
Fabulous. So if you want to get on the train, this is right outside the port. Train rides and tickets.
Just scan the QR code for more information and ticket prices.
And just by the terminal also is all the visitor information, so very, very handy everything.
And there's also information about local taxis too, but as time was short, we decided to explore on foot. Portland, Maine is situated on a peninsula in Casco Bay, on the Gulf of Maine and the Atlantic Ocean. Portland is Maine's economic capital, as it has Maine's largest port and also its largest population of 70,000. It sits just 105 miles from Boston. The local economy has moved from fishing and manufacturing to banking and telecommunication. Portland's first European settler was Christopher Levitt of England, a naval captain who was granted 6,000 acres in 1623. Portland takes its name from the Isle of Portland that sits just off the Dorset coast in England. Famous people include Breakfast Club actor Judd Nelson, Pitch Perfect star Anna Kendrick, and the master of horror book writing Stephen King, who was born in Portland on 21st of September 1947. Then we heard music, so we decided to investigate and we found the Porthole. Found on Custom House Wharf, the Porthole has been serving up fresh Maine seafood since 1929. It's open for breakfast, lunch and dinner and regularly features live music. It's the home of the famous double lobster dinner, which features 2 1 1/4 lobsters, mashed potatoes and drawn butter. It's not just the Porthole that features live music, it's also the drop-off point for some of the party boats, as you can see here. The wait for food in the very busy Porthole was quite lengthy, so after a few drinks we headed around the corner to Gilbert's Chowder House, which has been serving up award-winning chowder and all things seafood for generations, and even featured in an episode of The Simpsons. So if you're in Portland, a visit here is an absolute must.
Oh, you can get it in quarts, half gallons or a gallon of chowder for you.
Oh my God.
So let's have a look at that. Clam chowder, appetizers. Oh, look at that. Lobster BLT, lobster grilled cheese, lobster roll. Lots to choose from, Paula. Right then, so we've ordered the large clam chowder, and Paula's gone for the lobster grilled cheese. So we'll be interested to see what that is.
Well, who knows? But we'll find out shortly.
Yeah. Clam chowder's arrived with my oyster crackers, and Paula's grilled lobster and cheese is flip the lid, isn't it? Let's just see what's inside.
Flip it on. Cheese and lobster, I'm open.
I'll hold that bit. Oh, look at that lobster in there.
Oh wow.
Oh, and crippers.
Shall I try?
Do, mind you don't burn your mouth on the road.
Oh my
Look
god.
at that cheese. Oh my god. Is that as good as you anticipated? Oh yeah. We need to learn how to do this, Paul, because this is
didn't
just...
know you like clam chowder.
No, I didn't either. But now I do. So bring it on. That is just, that's a wholesome soup.
I've just found this hidden under my crisps, which Carole is a lot happier about than I am.
Another gherkin. But the lovely lady,
She's a top salesman.
yeah, taught us in for homemade blueberry pie.
Comes highly recommended. So, see if we can force them down.
So the blueberry pie's arrived. We just heard they've only got one lobster left, haven't they, Paulie?
Doing well.
What are you doing?
I'll just have this over here, I think.
Oh,
It's almost like instant karma though, isn't it? Let's stop myself.
oh my. Who's going to get the mess in here? Is it the best blueberry pie you've ever had?
It's pretty good, I can tell you that. Oh,
You would also say blueberry pie and some blueberry pie? Because that's just, whoosh.
Now just remember, you said that you didn't want any.
That's warm and sweet and oh, that's good blueberry pie.
And even though I'm Mr. Piggy, you don't need one of them each, do you?
No, definitely not.
even though Carole's making a good attempt at deathing it out.
So there we are, so Gilbert's Chowder House. Paul had a beer and I had a pink lemonade. It's just $61, which we think is really good value, isn't it?
It's a triumph.
It is a triumph, and great service and great fun. So if you are in Portland, then just get off the ship, turn left and you can't miss it. And that's the little Windstar. Apparently it's all suites and it holds just over 300 passengers. So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I can't be honest, it's not particularly pleasing to the eye, is it?
No, and the balconies are they're more like a stand out and look out balcony, not a seat. You know, you couldn't sit there and... No, not quite. But yeah, so the ship's out there for anyone. But I bet that'd be a little bit more expensive than the Celebrity Eclipse.
I would imagine so.
But we've had a great day in Portland. We're full of lobster and clam chowder and blueberry pie. So that's pretty awesome. So back on board, it's Gary's last pre-cocktails drink. So we're going to go and enjoy them there. We've been told there's 2 service dogs on board, and that's one of them there. Isn't it? If you can see in the sun, just going up there.
What service that dog provides?
No, but check out our website because we've got information all about dogs on there, haven't we, Paulie? We have. So here's the lovely Eclipse.
We nearly ended up in the prison cell of the ship, didn't we?
We did.
We talked to you earlier about the very strange, you have to go to immigration, but not at the destination port. You have to go to the port before. So you're given a time, you have to get off, and you do your immigration stuff, they check your passport, and then you're on your way. You can either go back to the ship, go out, do whatever you choose. Now, foolishly, we were having lunch with Gary Bembridge, a renowned UK blogger who knows everything about cruising. He said, you don't need to rush off. He said, there'll be a massive queue. So we carried on chatting to him for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden it was, could Mr. Paul Morgan and Mrs. Carole Morgan Slater present themselves to guest services? So we went to guest services.
Yes.
We were then given the walk of shame off the ship
Yes.
to immigration by various security staff members. And I said to Gary later when I saw him, it was a bit like when a president is being escorted somewhere, and at one point the one security man got his radio and said, "I have them with me."
Yes. Anyway, the immigration officer was lovely. He said, no problem, on you go.
On you go. Quick change, Gary's last cocktail party, and because we were full of lobster, we skipped dinner.
Yeah. But at Gary's farewell cocktail party, it was just lovely chatting to everyone. Got photos with all the people that we've met along the way. It's been such a fun time on it, this
We
group
had a
cruise.
fabulous time.
It's really made us excited about our group cruise in May, because just being part of a group has just added such an element of fun to the whole trip. We were full up from our lobster and blueberry pie. We decided that we were going to go just to the sunset bar to watch the last sunset of the holiday. And I did a little bit of a tour around the ship while Paul, Christy and Ken headed that way. It's a bit chilly.
Yeah,
Do you have to go and get your coat?
I did.
Oh, we don't have to stay outside if it's too cold.
We come around that corner and I was like, I told her, I said, I'm going to get my jacket.
I definitely.
Paulie's got his.
Yeah,
Oh, got a towel on.
I went and got towels.
Freezing. It was so cold out there. I was wrapped up in a towel. Ken had to go back to his cabin and get his jacket. And then when Carole finally appeared, we decided to hot tail it to Cafe Al Bacio.
But I must say, I had a lovely last walk around the promenade and last walk around these outside decks on the ship, as it was a lovely sunset. So we headed to Al Bacio, Cafe Al Bacio, and had some cappuccinos and sat chatting to Christian and Ken, and then Gary came and joined us for coffee, which was lovely.
And not only did I have a cappuccino, I also had a Paris Brest.
He did.
Did you know that was the name of a pastry? Because I didn't. And even when the waiter, I said, can I have a Paris Brest, please? He had a little laugh and then pulled himself together, because obviously he's supposed to be professional. And when he came back, you could see him really trying to pull himself together, and he put the plate on the table and said, there you are, sir, there's your Paris Brest. And then he started sniggering like a little school kid.
And as you can see here, Paul really enjoyed it.
I did.
Right then, so we're in Cafe Al Bacio. We've gone hardcore, haven't we, the last night of the holiday.
Rock and roll.
And Paul's having his first. What are you having, Paulie?
I'm having a Paris Brest.
Just the one.
And then after that, I might eat this cake. No, apparently, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Paris Brest.
It is a Paris Brest. We've never heard of it before, have we? So,
I could easily say something rude, but I won't, so I'll just have a little.
is the breast good?
That's an excellent breast.
Is it?
Yeah.
As breasts go, that's a good one. And then Carrie and Mike came along, so we had a coffee with them and just a really lovely evening. And then we thought, ooh, how many dollars up were we in the casino?
We were $150 up. And
Yes.
I'm very sad to announce that we squandered all of that $150 and another $40 on top. But while we had a few dollars of that last $40 left, I think in the grand scheme of things, $40 down isn't too bad. And then all of a sudden we hit a bit of a feature. We got some buffaloes, which, as you know, is our favourite, and we won $140 and, for some strange reason, 37 cents or something. I don't even know where that came from. So that puts us $100 up over the course of the cruise. Now, I would say the name of that president, but I haven't got my glasses on. So who is he?
Why do we need to do
because
that?
this is like when you're like American, you say it's like a Benjamin or whatever. Who is he?
Benjamin.
Who is he? Who's that president?
I don't know. Stephen Mannequin.
Stephen Mannequin.
Anyway, tell us.
Who's
the president?
On a $100 bill. Down in the comments.
But anyway, as you can see from these little snippets of our buffalo, we had a really nice... We were probably in there for about an hour and a half, weren't we, playing this game?
The amount of time we were in there, $40 down, I would have considered that to be money well spent. But to actually walk away with one of them fellas, whoever he is...
Yes.
Over the moon.
It is bedtime. We've had a fantastic cruise on Celebrity Eclipse. It's been a great ship, but most of all, the group cruise. And we've just said tonight to Gary, thank you so much. He's been the perfect host, and we've met so many fantastic people.
We have indeed.
So if you get the opportunity to go on a group cruise, we would thoroughly recommend it. And we look forward to our next adventure.
Yes.
Which is coming up soon.
We have a full ship tour of the Celebrity Eclipse coming very soon. But in the meantime, why not check out one of our other cruise vlogs here.